The following announcement's been paid for by the Savvo and Stubby Show.
Quiet on the set. Can we please have quiet on the set?
What is up, wrestling fans? It's me, S-T-U-B-B. Why? Because I'm the man, the myth, the legend, the mighty minion himself, Stubby. Coming to you from Kayfabe Studios here in beautiful Turlock, California, home of one Colin Kaepernick. Why I added that in, I do not know. And I am joined by the usual suspects. He is the big black booty loving, enigmatic, charismatic, Greek mystique, Savvo the Savior. And of course, we're joined once again by one member of the C Nation, John Cena Lovers Unite. He is brother Roger Tripp.
The number one member.
Fuck you.
Gentlemen, fellas. This pay-per-view was actually, or this weekend was actually surprisingly
A lot of good
Pretty
wrestling.
damn good, yeah.
it went by faster than I anticipated.
I know, huh?
Yeah.
Here I am thinking it's going to be 7-8 hours of wrestling that we're going to have to muddle through, kind of like what Royal Rumble was. And I actually wanted to watch more.
Yeah.
I was looking forward to Raw. I was looking forward to SmackDown. And
NXT tonight.
NXT blew it away.
Definitely.
Oh, that was really good, yeah.
5 matches, 2.5 hours. Is that the secret recipe for the perfect show?
A pay-per-view? Yeah.
Probably, yeah. Not oversaturation.
And it had a weird Attitude Era-esque with the live band performance by
Right? Yeah, I caught that too.
Code Orange.
Something like that. Code something.
Yeah, I mean it had that big show atmosphere, yet
Yeah.
it was still a typical.
And a
show.
lot of the main roster, former NXT people were in the audience too, which
Yeah.
is kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So in this episode, I figured we won't drag it out. We'll go over the card on both shows, kind of just give a little bit of feedback, where the characters are now, where we think they're going to end up. Starting with the NXT, which again, Triple H is his stamp of approval on this pay-per-view. You can tell the difference between this and Vince McMahon.
Oh, definitely.
There's definitely an age gap in,
Yep.
in quality of production. The show opened up with not Roderick Strong.
No.
No. Johnny Gargano versus Cien Andrade Almas.
Something like that.
I can't say it like Josh.
I can't either.
Sorry. One of my favorite matches on the show.
Yeah, it was really good. I was
Damn good match.
I wasn't even really. I haven't watched NXT since we took our break, and I was just like, "Oh shit, it's Saturday. NXT's on, Takeover's on. I'll check it out." And it was that first match. And I was just like, "Damn, this is pretty good." So I was pretty impressed by it. Yeah.
A lot of times when you take a tag team that was striving as well as they were and break them up way too early, they fall apart. But Johnny Gargano as a singles is actually pretty damn good. Mm-hmm. I think he's going to be the next Cena. Not on the same level, but fan favorite. He's like the ultimate babyface.
Right.
The guy can get over. Vicious match. But Johnny Gargano is really good at selling, so I don't know how much of that was a work and how much of that was shoot. But it seems like Andrade has got a newfound confidence with that chick.
Yeah.
It all seems to play together. There's just something about when you put a woman with someone that's struggling and they're a heel, and then it just like
Rusev.
Yeah.
Rusev. Yeah.
They need to put on a bag with Rusev.
Yeah, Rusev is flying right. Summerslam was more of like a memorial for a lot of wrestlers. A lot of people got buried this past weekend.
It hurt.
We'll get to the show though.
We'll get to that.
The next up we had, I believe, was the tag team match, wasn't it?
Yeah, Sanity and who was it?
Authors.
Oh yeah.
I'll let you
their name.
I'll let you take the lead until this one.
The Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, they look like Muppets.
I like the match. I love what Sanity's doing. I don't know if you could just say, oh, it's because it's Eric Young, and you know, I like the TNA stuff too, but...
No, Eric Young fits that role perfect.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. And then Nikki Cross, I think she's got something. We've
touched on this before. Eric Young would have been a better... touched on this? Mm-hmm. Yeah. This is when it should be live. Eric Young fits the Dean Ambrose role better than Dean
Ambrose. Better than fucking Ambrose.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Lunatic Fringe would have definitely...
More shirts. Just seems like he's drunk all the time.
Yeah, more shirts would have sold. What was your take on the match?
I loved it. It was physical. It was everything I wanted to see, man. It was like the 4-way, you know. It was, you know, brutal. It was.
Well, brother and I, when we ranked our the 5 matches, we put this one second to last.
Oh, really?
It was it was like a snore fest from. I mean, it was good, but it's tag teams in a division that's kind of floundering, so it's really no importance to me. I mean, when you've got like 8 or 9 tag teams in a promotion, I can see it. But when you've got like 3 that are at the top right now, it's kind of like the Hardys. I've kind of lost interest in them because there's really no tag team division in Raw.
If I was Eric Young, though, I would have gone with the other guy. What's his name?
Killian Dane?
Yeah, I like that
That's
guy.
a hairy dude.
That's a big hairy dude.
Yeah.
Good God.
Him and, Albert?
Animal Steel.
Oh, yeah. All 3 of them.
Yeah, Albert. What's his name?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bloom?
Oh, yeah. His real name?
Yeah. Yeah, his real name.
I'm not going to say it.
Not his practice name.
His practice name?
What was his...
Matt Bloom.
Tenzai?
That was a horrible
A-Train.
Albert. I kind of liked it because it gave it that strong style edge, or started to, but
a fat white guy trying to come off.
No, he's not saying he's Asian or whatever. He's paying tribute to where he was at.
He just had all the fake tattoos and everything to make him look like he was Asian.
You know he's not Asian.
I think he even taped
just like the Undertaker was really bad.
Yeah. He's not?
No.
He is now.
Son of a...
We'll see.
Speaking of Undertaker,
he was backstage at SummerSlam or something.
Yeah, thanks for cutting me off. Fuck, that was awesome.
Sorry.
Was Warrior not Ultimate?
Definitely not.
Was the Boss Man not big?
No, he was Bubba.
That's right.
Was Hogan immortal?
Hell no.
Yes, brother.
Was the man really macho?
Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
Were the roads really
macho? He became macho when he went to WCW.
Was Chris Benoit really a killer?
That's what they say.
Kevin Sullivan.
The Taskmaster.
Yep.
Hey, you know, there's still footage of Benoit on the network.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you just can't type in Chris Benoit. But you can if you know what match it is, you can find it.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, what's the...
I've noticed, too, I don't know how it is on yours, but on mine, it'll pop up and it's got the dots, and you can fast forward to the dot and it'll tell you what it is. Anything with him, the dot's not there.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So you just see a large gap.
So you gotta fast forward and try to find it.
I watched Benoit against Shawn Michaels against Triple H.
Triple H, WrestleMania.
Yeah, that was really good. Yeah, badass.
The third match, if I remember correctly, was Aleister Black versus Hideo Itami. That poor guy, Hideo. He's amazing over in Japan, and he injury prone when he comes over to WWE. WWE. The WWE. But yeah, I mean, even in this match, although I know they're really protecting Aleister Black because, I mean, that guy's got star power written all over him.
It's another good theme song.
Huh?
It's another good theme song.
Star power?
Aleister Black.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I think Code Orange actually does this theme song. Because they did it for him live there. Damn good match, though. I mean, I put that one, I believe, at number 3 in my top 5 out of the 5. What was your take on
Where
this?
would you rank it?
I think that was my least favorite.
Really?
Yeah, he was ass backwards on his picks.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know why.
I love that match.
Maybe if I went back and rewatched it.
And I did not like the tag team match. I loved the tag team match too. I just put it as below everything else because it was so much better.
Well, every card has a bathroom break, and the tag team match was my bathroom break.
I just thought it was good to see Eric Young again because he's been gone. I think his mother died or something. One of his parents died. I can't remember.
Teenage talking.
What?
Huh?
What?
Anyway, so it was like, his first time being back.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I just the chaos going on. I really enjoyed that.
I listened to a podcast earlier, and they did the same thing we just did. We completely overlooked O'Reilly and Fish coming out at the end of the tag team match.
Yeah.
I didn't know who they were, to be honest, and it was like...
I've heard the names, but I've never seen it.
Which is kind of lost on a lot of people because Fish was already debuted in NXT, so it wasn't a new thing for him to show up.
Yeah.
O'Reilly... Is it O'Reilly?
Yeah.
I don't know why that sounds...
O'Reilly.
Yeah, just think the auto parts.
Yeah. For some reason, it sounds off. But we're seeing an influx of Ring of Honor wrestlers coming in with Leo Rush, and then... I can't pronounce the other guy's name. It sounds like Stesiak or Sizak or Shack Attack.
I don't know.
I don't know either.
But you got Adam Cole, O'Reilly. Is it O'Reilly? That still sounds wrong.
Yes, it's O'Reilly.
Fish. And then there's also talks that, Adam Cole is former Bullet Club. And you've got an influx of Bullet Club people.
When they came out and they were saying, "Oh, it's Fish," and I was like, his name can't be Fish, it must be Finch. I wrote down Finch. I was like, Fish? Someone should go with the last name Fish.
I don't like that name. I'm changing it.
I'm changing it.
Not that I changed it. I thought I heard it wrong. I was like,
And you're not O'Reilly. You're O'Reilly now.
Oh, really?
Oh, really? But, the Aleister Black versus Hideo Itami. Good match. Good solid match. Brutal match. There was some color. Aleister Black really... He did something about his face with that blood splattered on it.
Yeah.
It just made him look
even more
intriguing to watch.
I like that kid.
Man, Hideo was taunting the crowd, saying that you're going to respect me. He turns around and gets a face full of foot. I mean, I thought he killed him. Good match, though. I wanted to see the GTS just because I'm a sucker for that move. Yeah.
Looking back on my notes, I did. There's two of the matches that I didn't have any comments on afterwards, and that was that one.
He did write Finch.
I told you, I corrected it, but that was one of them. And McIntyre and Rude, I didn't really write any comments because, well, I know we'll get to it, but to me it kind of didn't. I mean, it was a good match. Don't get me wrong, but. There was just nothing to it for me. But I think Hideo Itami and Aleister Black was a better match than the Rude one. My
personal favorite, Ember Moon versus Asuka.
Yeah, that was really good.
I think this is building up to be the trilogy, kind of like you had with Omega and... Where you at, Josh? The other Asian guy.
The other Asian guy.
Where they had a trilogy match thing, and I noticed that the Wetback noted on your guys' show that he thinks that the winner, God, I cannot speak today. The winner of the Mae Young Classic would be the one to dethrone Asuka, which I don't think is the case. I think Ember Moon's going to take it in the next meeting, which is the next takeover for Survivor Series, I would think.
Probably.
So in 2 months, 3 months?
Well, depending on if how Asuka's injury is.
Now, what's your guys' personal opinion on that? She has a broken collarbone. If I had to guess, I'd say recovery time is going to be 6 to 8 weeks, if not more, for it to heal correctly. Which gives her plenty of time for takeover. Do you have her relinquish the title, where she's still not pinned, but she loses the streak? Do you have her hang on to the title and have it take the back burner and have Ember Moon take on whoever these new contenders are for the Mae Young Classic?
That's a tough one because
I don't know if that's enough time.
Right.
Because we're just about to hit September and Survivor Series is in November.
Right, late November though, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, if you were running the company and you're paying these people, what would you do?
I'd already have Asuka moved up to the main roster. Just because how good she is. But with all these girls coming up too, she could help develop them even more if they plan on doing that. But Ember is pretty damn good.
Ember doesn't know her character though.
That's in ring. She's good.
Is she a vampire?
Her character, I know.
Is she goth?
Yeah.
Little Red Riding Hood. I mean, I don't know what she is. Aesop Fables. One of the characters from the dark fairy tales. God, dude,
What would you do?
I would have her pull the Brock Lesnar. Just put it on the back burner. Distract everybody. There's a lot of talent right now inside of NXT with Fish and O'Reilly coming in. You can easily just do this whole invasion angle and distract everybody from
Finch and O'Reilly.
Finch and O'Reilly.
Get them both wrong.
Yeah.
And Michael
I would have to give her the 30 days, and then I'd hate to do it, but you got to go by the rules.
You might as well forfeit it now then, because 30 days is not realistic. I mean, there's nobody. No, but not even Cena, not even Super Cena, right?
I don't know.
I'm looking at you.
Yeah, I see you.
Since we're on the topic of NXT, when we're done with the NXT part, I have a question for you.
Oh shit!
I'm just saying, throwing it out there so I don't forget.
Okay.
All right, McIntyre versus Rude. Minus the 20 minutes of introductions for both guys.
Oh my god! Fucking Rude's
Speaking of intros, I watched Bobby Roode's intro on the new game for 2K18, and you're gonna love it.
Is it short?
No.
I know he was. It was long.
He's on the podium. He twirls around. That whole thing.
Fireworks coming down.
Okay, when he was on
Did you get the game
SmackDown
already?
last night.
Did you get the game already?
No, it's not yet.
Oh.
When he was on SmackDown last night, it wasn't as bad. It was a bit shorter.
Yeah.
But
You hear that pop?
yeah. Oh yeah, it was huge. But okay, he comes out like this and he does his little spin around, but then he goes in the ring and does the same thing. It's just like, dude, that's too much. Go in the ring and get ready for action.
And watching this match, that's kind of all he has right now. I'd say he's like mid-card talent with a really great entrance. I mean, call me crazy.
Crazy.
Don't spit, swallow.
Wow.
Wow.
Big E's not even here.
Oh god.
I mean, you saw the match against McIntyre. There was really nothing. There was no wow factor, no it factor.
Yeah, I see what you did there.
Paused.
I know everybody loves Bobby Roode now, but the whole Glorious thing to me is just going a little too far. I mean, it's too much. It's a Flair ripoff, which I don't have a problem with a Flair ripoff, but I like him originally, like when he was in TNA. I don't know why, but it just seems too made up in being the Glorious Bobby Roode.
It seems made up.
They're taking it too far. Just like they're taking the whole Shinsuke. What the fuck is this? What is that shit? And the way he fucking goes to the ground and all that.
Where was the camera at?
I know, right?
I
don't need a camera. I'm talking to you guys.
It sounds like you're pushing the shit out and doing this, and nobody can see it. This here, you're going
pushing the shit out. What the fuck? Anyway, that's my thoughts.
All right, the match that was the one that I put on the lowest end of the spectrum.
Yeah,
right?
I agree with that.
It was still a good match, but
Right.
It was just after everything we'd already seen. That was your basic main event for WWE style compared to everything else we saw.
Talking about a decent swerve too, because I had gripes about the fact that Rude offered Roderick Strong a match the following NXT after the takeover. So everyone's expecting him to be on the show tonight, and boom, he's on SmackDown one night prior. So with that said...
Well, NXT is taped. Well, no, they stopped at TakeOver, sorry.
Well, that kind of makes sense too, because his logic in the ring of him giving him the match, not even knowing if he's champion, kind of soiled the angle. And that was one of the gripes.
He may not have known he was getting called up either.
That's true. Very true.
Or it could just be like he's
A lot of times the title, you show up that next day and they're like, hey, you're dropping the title today. You're like, oh, fuck, alright.
Yeah. I don't know the ins and outs of the business like you do, because you're a professional wrestler and everything now. I'm glad we got a celebrity here to grace our
I don't know
presence.
about all that.
Cena's your biggest fan.
Yeah.
Just like yours.
Just like what?
Huh? It's hot in here, man. I'm delusional right now. Anything that stood out for the match for you guys? Because I
kind of heard that Bobby Roode was going to be going to the main roster, not necessarily which Raw or SmackDown, but so I kind of knew that he was going to lose it. But it was a decent match. It's just the other ones were better.
Well, there you go, guys. That's NXT Takeover.
Well, I got my question. Okay.
Oh, are we done with NXT?
Aren't we?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Didn't he just say? Well,
I'm just making sure.
Okay. Now, explain to me the 4 horsewomen. Women. Okay. Every time I tried to look it up, it was always like one against the other or 2 against the other 2. The 4 horsemen were a group of 4 together.
Yeah.
This was not the same thing, right?
I think
this was against each other.
I think the way that they type it as the 4 horsewomen, they were the 4 women that revolutionized NXT to bring it over to the main roster.
Then I don't see why they would call it the 4 horsewomen.
Because it's Flair's in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're not a
It's
team.
like the Click. Michaels,
No, I get that. But
Yeah.
to me, they should have been a team of 4.
You said Click, right? Okay.
Not Click.
That should be a team of 4.
Okay, I was just.
I'm glad you jumped in there and stopped me before I answered your initial question because I thought you were talking about the 4 horsewomen of Ronda Rousey and her 3 friends.
No.
Okay.
As opposed to Pamela and her 5 friends?
Yes.
Yeah. It's a masturbation joke.
Okay, no, because I was trying to look into it, and it was like they're all against each other or whatever. How can this? I was thinking 4 horsemen.
All right, we're going to take a very necessary breather real quick into the next segment.
It's hot as...
It is hot as balls in here.
What's up, everybody? I am the enigmatic, charismatic Greek mystique Savvo, and you're listening to the Savvo and Stubby Show. Don't miss out.
All right, guys. So let it be known that this was one of, I believe, 4 shows that took place at the Barclays Center there in New York, Brooklyn, New York to be exact. Moving on to the second event, which was WWE Summerslam, a.k.a. the Funeral Parlor, because there were a lot of buried wrestlers that took place.
Whoa. Sorry to interrupt, but I got some breaking news that Rusev and Lana have asked for their release.
Really?
Yep.
Well, you heard it probably second here on the Savvo and Stubby Show.
Thank you to the Wetback.
The Wetback, yeah. So we've got Low-Key requesting his release from Global Force Wrestling. And
I don't blame him.
Lana and Rusev. So it makes me wonder how much of that was a shoot and how much of that was just because there was no time on the show for Rusev getting buried by Orton in 10 seconds.
Yeah, that was bullshit.
All right, so with the card, we start out with Baron Corbin versus John Cena. And my immediate reaction when seeing this match, Baron Corbin's got some serious heat with the higher-ups.
That was mine, too.
Yeah, I mean, you got a guy who went from being the Andre the Giant Battle Royal winner to then winning the Money in the Bank.
Money in the Bank, yeah.
To then having to fight Cena with a show opener. And then now being the guest referee on SmackDown for Kevin Owens. I mean, the guest referee is usually what? Legends and non-active talent?
Depending.
And now you got him...
I don't look at the referee part as being that big of a slap in the face.
But you lose to John Cena with no false finish.
Right.
One AA, which essentially is just a glorified fireman's carry.
It's as devastating as the Hogan leg drop.
Yeah, that's pretty devastating.
I know.
No, you're being sarcastic. Right?
What?
I can't. You can't tell.
No, but I understand. It's not devastating, but it's gotta hurt somewhat.
Oh
right?
yeah.
I mean that.
Not really, if you think about it, because all your weight's in your butt, so you're coming down and your legs are going like this. And so,
Yeah, but on your throat or right around there.
was that any different than a clothesline then? Essentially,
Kind of, yeah.
When is a clothesline like this?
Where's that camera?
That's a masturbation joke.
There you go. It was more of a chokehold than a clothesline.
Ah.
Yeah. What do you guys? I mean, it was essentially a squash match.
Definitely, yeah. I don't know exactly why he's getting shitted on.
Did you guys want to even touch on the pre-show? I mean, because if you want to talk about being buried, you had the Hardys and Jason Jordan jobbing out to not jobbing out, but losing to the Miztourage. Which, where's the Intercontinental title? Why is it?
It wasn't even defended. Yeah.
That's what I go back to saying. Every time that title's on Raw, it hardly ever gets any love.
Do they need to revamp the title? Because Miz is not the person to carry it because they don't have anybody to actually.
I think that's what they're trying to do with Jordan.
I take it you didn't see Raw, right? Okay, well, Miz came out and he was talking a lot of shit. He got a pretty good promo about it.
Miz? Never.
Yes. But also, during that match, if you notice, there was nobody in the audience, really.
Yeah.
Because they didn't let people in till, like, right around that time.
Yeah,
the match was already
the match started at 5:30.
Yeah.
I think doors were supposed to open at 5. But, I mean, you got a half-hour turnaround time.
2:30, you mean?
Well, East Coast time. Confusing.
Sorry.
Is that really necessary?
Back to the future. Yeah, I'm now more confused than I was going into this.
Well, I was confused. I was like, wait, the main show started at 4. Go ahead.
But yeah, I mean, it's essentially, I mean, I guess it doesn't hurt to lose when you've got nobody in the audience, but at the same time, you got Matt and Jeff Hardy who were like the standouts WrestleMania, 4 or 5 months ago?
Right.
To now being the, not even a sold out arena.
Yeah, but they're already their name value's already up there.
I guess.
Them losing too much isn't going to hurt them.
Right.
All right. So second match on the card. If I remember correctly, this was Big Show versus Big Cass.
What about the tag team titles on the pre-show?
I didn't watch the pre-show, so if you guys want to jump in on that one,
you got to watch that.
Was badass.
You got to watch that tag team match. Usos and New Day. That was a badass match.
I know Savvo had it on repeat because his big black booty was in that match. A lot of black asses bouncing around. Oh
Seriously?
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It was a good match. Yeah. Pretty.
It was up there with NXT's matches.
When I walked in to come to the show, he had it screenshot frozen on Big E's close up on his bootios.
Was it in slow motion?
No, it was a still.
Just a still.
Did I tell you guys what they should do with Big E?
Again, focusing on that big black booty. I'm telling you. In his spare time, he comes up with the. Go ahead, tell the audience.
Okay, you know the little chain thingy that Big Papa Pump wore on his head?
Yeah, the chain mesh.
Yeah, put that on Big E, and he can say, "I'm your big black booty daddy."
Every time he says it, it pops me.
Not only that, but it just took a lot of time. I wonder if you did you struggle with that you're going to tell us that, or did you feel pretty confident going in that thinking we weren't going to make fun of you?
Make fun of me? What are you talking about?
He sees no shame.
Was that sarcasm I picked up there?
I mean, come on, they can act like a guy's dead for 20 years and still wrestle. So
he is hung up on this Undertaker thing. Isn't
no, but they've got some stupid ass gimmicks that people, they're sheep.
Stupid ass gimmicks that's lasted 28 years. Yeah. Stupid.
It is.
Where were we?
Second match.
If I remember correctly, this was Big Show versus Big Cass, which on paper looks like it's going to be a stupid match. On TV, it was a stupid match. But Enzo actually added a level of comedy to it that kept me entertained throughout the match.
Somewhat.
I had anticipated that Enzo was actually going to have an effect on the match, whether he dropped down brass knuckles or, he gives to the wrong person.
Something.
And even when he got through the cage, I thought, for those that didn't see it, Enzo strips his pants off, and I'm like, okay, where's he going with this? Then he takes his shirt off, and then he puts on black rubber gloves, and then pulls a mystery liquid out of his pants, giggity, and begins to lather himself up and slips through the bars. Well, as he's doing this, I assumed he was going to climb down and possibly jump on Big Cass's back or be some kind of an interference. But no. As soon as he hits the ground, he
gets big booted.
A big boot to the face, and he is laid out.
I love that part.
Have we seen the death of Enzo?
On the main roster, yeah, I think so.
I heard
Possibly that's why he's going to 205.
I heard he did. They sent him over to 205.
Which I think is a great fit, and I think he can actually run that, as silly as it sounds. Maybe he's like Alana in disguise, where he looks like he can't wrestle, even though she can't wrestle. I don't know where I was going with that.
Maybe he's that face that Neville needs.
Not only that, but I mean, you got a guy who weighed maybe, 208?
Yeah.
Or now 205? Who was essentially going up against guys that were like twice his size and twice his weight.
Yeah.
To now being at someone in his own weight class, I think he might actually stand a chance.
Rey Mysterio did it.
Yeah. With the help, obviously. But yeah, I mean, some people have it though. Rey Mysterio can wrestle.
He took on Big Show how many times? A lot.
That's the statistic right there.
Yeah.
Official statistic.
All right.
Right there.
A lot.
A lot.
A lot.
Now, my other question was, with Big Cass getting hurt, was Enzo's move to 205 because of that?
No, I think that was essentially going to happen. I think they already ran this course with these guys. I think this is a blessing in disguise for Enzo and Big Cass, if you think about it. Because now Enzo can cleanly break free of the feud or the card.
Yeah.
Or the program. And then you've got...
And Big Cass won't get blamed for the shitty match because he'll be gone.
Not only that, but now you have time for him to go away, let the Big Show thing slip away. When he comes back, he can insert himself into... Giggity. Any kind of situation that fits.
Giggity.
And, I mean, he can come back with a new look. Shaved head, maybe, or maybe have a full beard.
Which is... My theory is I think that's what this is. He's not really hurt. He's just... They're like, hey, this ain't working.
Is it just me, or does he slightly look like Big Cass?
Yeah, I can... Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
How you doing?
How you doing? Just smaller?
Yeah. Giggity.
I am soft, too.
Wow. You don't have his
How
entrance,
do
you're
you
not black.
spell that?
Oh.
Is it spelled the same way?
It's with an O.
Way to go, champ.
It'll be hard later.
Alright. I don't know the order of the cards. Go ahead and call it the next
Are your
match.
boobs as big as his?
No.
He seems like he's got big boobs. Anyway.
Is he converted from black dudes?
Oh, shut up.
Alright, what's the next match?
I don't know. Was it Orton?
This is really great radio.
You have... This isn't in order.
Fine. We have the Demon King versus Bray Wyatt.
Why couldn't you just say Orton and Rusev? I already said Orton.
Well, we kind of touched on the Rusev and Randy Orton thing with Rogers' breaking news.
Yeah?
I mean, Rusev essentially got the jump on Orton, starting the match.
Before the bell.
And essentially Orton no-sold it. Turns around and hits him with the RKO out of nowhere, which I thought, looking at it initially, that this was just a ploy because they ran out of time. And they were, some matches they have to cut short. And Orton has that get out of jail free card with using the RKO out of nowhere. We got background noise again. Oh, that window's open up.
Yeah,
But if he's requesting his release, I'm guessing there's bad blood. I think it stems ever since the whole...
Ever since he got married and then cut his hair.
I wonder if this was like in the making because Lana got stuck in that crappy gimmick as the dancer.
That they wanted to give...
Eva Marie?
Eva Marie, thank you. Forgot her name.
But yeah, I mean, if there was... I mean, when you find out now, I mean, they could have easily made that a match. But it sounds like there was more behind the scenes with the fact that Rusev is now requesting his release.
Wow, that's crazy.
Which sucks too, because Rusev, you rewind 2-3 years ago, he was the guy.
Yeah, he was on top of it.
He was at the time the Braun Strowman, the current day Braun Strowman,
Mm-hmm.
without the huge size.
Remember when we first saw him in was it Stockton?
Yeah, I didn't know who he was. I kept yelling,
Who are you?
Oh, I was at that show too.
Alexander
He had the
Rusev?
loincloth?
I think so.
I think so.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I had no idea who he was.
Yeah.
But then again, I wasn't really watching the product as much, so I don't know if he was on NXT, and he was kind of like
Yeah, I think he was on NXT at that point.
I'll let you call the next one.
Next one, we had Finn Balor against Bray Wyatt.
This match kind of upsets me, simply because they were late on the pull for the Demon King. So apparently blood is what causes him to turn into the demon.
Well, it was everything leading up to it.
They need to flip it. If they had, right now I think it's like 10% demon, 90% Finn. Should be the other way around. Should be like 90% demon, 10% Finn.
You think so?
Yeah. Because right now Finn is just the jacket. It's kind of boring to watch, and there's nothing there for me.
I mean, the moves are all still the same, right?
But he no sells, and in which it made it a little bit cooler. He was essentially Hogan throughout the whole match.
How dare you?
He was.
What do you mean? You love Hogan?
I love Hogan. That's why I was saying, how dare you?
Oh.
He sold like Mr. Perfect.
You know what? I don't know if it's just me, but I'm already getting bored with going over the card. You guys want to talk about what's in wrestling news right now?
How about not even the 4-way?
Fatal 4-way was amazing.
I'll let you guys. I'll just jump in because you're really on it. I know that it's on repeat at your house.
It has. I've watched it 6 times.
Really?
They really, really built up Braun Strowman perfect.
Mm-hmm.
At this
Totally,
point.
yeah. That's
To the point where I look at Lesnar now, I'm like, Lesnar's little.
Yeah, you see this
Especially
size
after
difference?
Monday.
Yeah.
Fuck, he made him look like a
And
little
Lesnar's
kid.
not little.
No,
Right.
he's a big
I
boy.
think his leg's like bigger than me. Just one leg.
Right.
But Braun Strowman just makes him look like a little chump. He was tossing him out like that. The initial lockup when he threw him like into the corner
Right.
Yeah.
from middle of the ring. I was
Yeah.
like, God damn, Lesnar's 250, 260 something?
270, I don't know. Something.
He's a heavyweight.
Yeah.
Right.
But he tossed him around like he was Enzo.
Like nothing. Neat too. It's
Yeah.
like, damn.
And then this is one of the matches that I can say that I haven't audibly was rooting and cheering and stuff. I was in my work truck listening to or watching it, and
Were you driving?
no, I pulled up the side of the road.
Okay.
But when
Safety first.
when he slammed him into the table, I was like, "Holy shit!" And then he picks him back up, and then throws him to the second
And he
table.
does it again.
I was like, dude, there's still another table. And then when he flips over the table, the only thing that killed it for me was the fact that Paul Heyman was crying.
That's his meal ticket.
Are you really going to cry for your client, though?
I mean, he's not dead, but yeah.
But cry? I mean, he's a grown-ass man.
Right, no, I know.
This is his meal ticket.
Hey, maybe he's sensitive underneath.
Shit, my money.
You guys are more forgiving than I am. I mean, it was...
I didn't even notice Heyman, to be honest. It's the first I've heard of it.
Would have been funny.
Honestly, I didn't either. What
I was paying
talking
attention
about
to Braun.
forgiving, what I hated was fucking Kurt Angle and Daniel Bryan. Yes, no, that was fucking stupid.
I guess that it's
That
in their
was fucking
contracts
stupid.
to do a promo every episode. It was
Do a
horrible.
promo, sure, but how long are you gonna do this yes no bit?
But if you look at Kurt Angle, he actually looked like he was enjoying it. Daniel Bryan was kind of just muttering through it because knowing he's contractually obligated, but Kurt Angle was really enjoying it.
I love Kurt Angle and I love the fact that he came back, but to me, he's just like trying to please everybody, and I don't like that. No, it's like he's selling out.
He's trying to be a nice guy.
It's
I don't
like
that.
he's selling out, you know?
What a dick.
There was
You know what I mean?
There was so much enthusiasm. I don't like that.
He's like he's selling out. You know, it's like
Yeah.
he always caters to what the audience. I mean, sure, to an extent, but he's not like throwing people in a match just like out of nowhere, like as a punishment or something. Yeah, I'll give you that. I'll give you that title, Matt. You know
what I would have
It's
loved?
just too accommodating.
Completely on a side note, when Paul Heyman was leaning over Brock Lesnar, if we would have stood up, reached into his jacket, and pulled out a business card, and gave it over to Braun Strowman, that would have been
awesome, but
That would have been cool. Yeah.
I don't think Paul wants to go with anybody else. I think once Brock is done, Heyman's done too.
Yeah, I mean it's. Well, I guess that answered our question. I mean, that was a swerve. The fact that Brock Lesnar potentially was going to lose it.
Yeah.
And you called it. You thought Brock was going to keep it. I picked Roman Reigns because I figured they didn't have an angle. They were just going to have a damn good match, and then WWE was going to fuck it up creatively and just kind of wing the card however they wanted to do it over the next couple weeks.
Now we go on to No Mercy, and it's Brock versus Braun for the title.
That's too early, in my opinion.
I think so too.
Is it?
I think that's WrestleMania, or at least Royal Rumble caliber. I mean, that way you can build. If you went to Royal Rumble with it, you got the build up to the road to WrestleMania.
Yeah.
But now we're going to have, unless it's like a 6-month program. But how much can you? Two big guys just kicking each other's ass.
Right.
Someone's going to get hurt.
They kind of.
Well, look how long they've been doing it with Roman and Braun. Up to this point.
I know they were getting pretty physical there.
Yeah.
Like I was saying, I actually popped when Lesnar locked on the Kimura lock onto Braun.
Braun.
I was like, oh shit, he's going to break his arm.
Yeah.
And that's what you don't want. You don't want your big guy with a broken arm. You're
Right.
Pissed going through
And even doing that, Brock looked tiny. He looked like Enzo doing it to Big Cass. I was like, holy shit.
And it's funny, if you rewind back, we had Braun Strowman fighting against Kalisto not too long ago.
Right.
And now here he is fighting against the biggest guy in the business.
Yeah. Just work your way up. That's how you do it.
It's the way it should be done.
What are you guys' thoughts on Nakamura and Mahal?
The WWE, I don't know if it's them doing it. I don't know if it's just the way they initially slotted it, but they're making it almost like a chicken shit heel. They're ruining a good thing because the guy looks the part. He definitely has an angle. Why they made him a heel coming in and not?
So are you saying he looks the? I'm sorry to interrupt, but are you saying he looks the heel because like he looks like a terrorist or what?
No, he actually is
racist.
cut. I know, right?
Yeah, he's the one that says.
You're the only one thinking that. No, he just isn't. You can appreciate this. The guy is muscular. He's got a good physique.
Why would he appreciate
Well, yeah, of course he's in the business.
Well, because he's darker skinned.
Yeah.
He likes the big black booty.
Oh god.
He likes the bulkier guys.
Yeah.
Big
No,
guys.
but I would have made him a babyface coming in more than a heel. Like he went from being 3-man band to striving to make it. To
Oh,
the
he's
top.
definitely a face over in India.
Right. I wouldn't doubt it.
Yeah.
But
here, that's easy cheap heat right there.
it is to a certain extent, but that's all they got for him.
Yeah.
Every match that he's won has been with the interference, and the one match that he lost with no interference was against Randy Orton. And it was the only time that he was by himself, and they're saying that this guy can't win. Unless it's a bigger build where they make you think, and then he beats like Cena.
That's classic
Clean.
heel.
Yeah, I guess. WWE needs to make up their mind whether they're going classic heel heat and babyface push, or they're going to go these new approaches because they're kind of...
Well, you can... We talked about this before on the other show, that you can definitely tell when Vince has influenced a Raw or a SmackDown and when the newer guys have.
Oh yeah, you get angles like Enzo squeezing through the bars.
Yeah.
There's a Vince thing.
Yeah.
And to answer your show, you asked why Enzo would be in the shark cage. And yes, they are trying to sell those toys. Is one of them. The other being, from what I heard, rumor had it that Enzo actually does have heat backstage, and they found out that he actually has a fear of heights. So this was kind of like a rib/punishment on him by putting him in the cage.
He didn't seem scared.
But if you watch it, he didn't look scared at all.
Right.
Yeah.
He was sitting there shuffling in the cage, which I know you love. He hates that. When he kind of
No, I mean it's cool, but it's
he does
it's
that
kind
whole
of annoying.
whole little
turkey thing.
Depending on how much he does it,
This
know
thing-
he's going to do it.
How's he do it?
How you doing? Yeah, how you doing?
How you doing?
But you watched when he cut that promo on Raw. I did see a part of it.
That was horrible.
No, not Raw. When he cut the promo on SummerSlam, when he's in that weird Coach or Gucci or whatever
that thing was.
he leaned over to a kid, and the kid was like all into it. So he still has that. I just don't understand why WWE would take one of their biggest sellers in merchandise, break them up, and then essentially do nothing with either one of the guys.
Well, they're trying to do something with Big Cass.
Yeah.
Enzo may just be wrong attitude, so they're not going to push him.
But was Big Show the right angle to go with to start him out?
Enzo is the Jinder Mahal of 3-man band.
I mean, honestly, if you wanted to push Big Cass, why not put him against someone a little bit smaller and have him just demolish them?
Could have been, too, for him to learn how to wrestle like a big man.
I think Kenzo.
Suzuki?
Cass.
He hasn't been there in years.
Cass against Owens would be great. I mean, could be great. Because, I mean, you can get Owens to go kind of face and put the heat on Cass. But Cass can also, I mean, Owens can also, mentor him a bit,
On paper, that sounds good, but that when I think about it, that seems more like a Baron Corbin versus anybody better. Like, it sounds like it would be a good match, but I don't think Cass can carry the match. It would be like 90% Owens, 10% Cass. And sometimes that shows. Like, you see in Baron Corbin's matches.
If he's in there with someone less than him, you can see it. Ginger was there too.
Let me see some of my notes because there were some topics that I wanted to touch on.
There is one of the matches, Naomi versus Natalya. What'd you think of that?
I like that match.
I kind of was impressed in a sense because it kind of showcased what they can really do. You know, especially Naomi because she, a lot of people give her shit saying she's not that good or whatever. But
I think she's fantastic.
Yeah,
She's still
green on the mic.
Yeah, and a little in the ring, but not much. But she's improving a lot.
Definitely.
Unlike Eva Marie.
Right, exactly.
How they pretty much both were right here, and then Naomi just went.
Now, was Eva Marie really doing anything on NXT? Or not?
Pretty much the same thing she's doing on the main roster. Yeah.
I know she went back and worked with Brian Kendrick.
She did.
Right.
To help her get into that.
And see, that's the funny part. If you ever watched,
spent all that money that I'm sure he's getting paid well to train her.
But if you ever seen the videos of him training her, she looked good.
Yeah.
Then when she's out there, she looked like shit.
Especially hitting the sliced bread, which is not an easy move to do.
No.
All right, I got to ask you guys. This is one of the 4 major pay-per-views, that being Royal Rumble, WrestleMania, SummerSlam, and Survivor Series.
Yeah.
Do you think it took a hit, the fact that there was no pyro at all? Not even to open the show? Like, you got the wrestlers still acting like this pyro, doing the whole, bang. And,
Are they going to cut off Bailey's balloons? Or inflatables?
I think that's already purchased, where fireworks are a little more expensive.
It was a joke, asshole. Jesus.
Now, I didn't watch SmackDown when Rude came out. Were there sparkler type things coming out too? See, I think that
they're cutting costs, is what I read about it.
But to me, that's it's one of the big shows. You should have at least a little bit
at the pay-per-views, most likely.
I thought at least at the beginning there would have been, but
What show? Or are they still doing that on Raw and SmackDown?
No.
Really?
Lesnar came out and...
Let me know how the show opens up. It goes...
Yeah, no.
Monday Night Raw.
Nothing.
Nothing. Wow. All right. So, I don't know if you caught this. I know I brought it to your attention. But did you notice when Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose both came out? They were wearing red.
Yep.
And in the main event, Roman Reigns came out wearing red also.
I did not guess that. Yeah.
Are we seeing the potential reformation of the Shield? Coincidence they were all wearing red?
I say no. Roman Reigns is too big to go back to the Shield, I think.
But with Lesnar working part-time and the fact that Lesnar now has Strowman and John Cena's kind of hit and miss with his schedule, that leaves Roman Reigns kind of floating with no competitors. Because if you think about it, John Cena's doing the movie. He's slotted for the next 3 weeks for show tapings, and then he's gone. So where does that leave Roman Reigns?
There's still Samoa Joe. I mean, I know it's just one person, but can go on feuding for a few months. But
would you be opposed to seeing Roman Reigns back in the Shield?
If he goes back to the Shield, I would like it. I don't like what it is now because, again, now it's just like a sellout. I mean, it was cool when they were trying to get back together, but I actually found that I liked it better when they started turning on each other, beating the shit out of each other.
So is it essentially one of those things where DX was only good when it was all 5 of them, as opposed to when it's just Triple H and Shawn Michaels? to having the Shield just be Ambrose and Rollins?
I see them together, and I just feel like something's missing.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, well, and it's cool that they're together, but still, you're just like,
It just made me feel like it was a sellout. Like,
Well, you know-
and they won the titles already, and it was just like it's just happening too fast.
Well, you look at any other 3-person team when Bray Wyatt and the Wyatts were together, they all wrestled individually still, but they were. I mean, you can have Roman Reigns come in and still be like an enforcer, and hell, build a feud off that. All right, so
But he's the one that got the worst part of, when Rollins betrayed him all.
hey, he might get that baby face heat or push if he joins the Shield again.
That's true.
Get over with the fans because
Right. Fans probably like him better, yeah.
unless he starts dropping that my yard shit. Still,
What's wrong with my yard?
it's not his yard.
it is.
No,
Now it's Cena's though.
Undertaker went down.
it's McMahon's yard.
No, it's Cena.
Are you gonna say something about
What
Undertaker?
if that's what
He's
if
not really
that's-
dead.
No, I don't have a problem with the Undertaker. It's just the gimmick. I was never big on it. That's all.
You know, the dead man retired, but not the American Badass.
There you go.
See that I like the American Badass
Now he's
because it had that hint of reality.
now he's just the American old ass.
Yeah.
He's just geriatric.
What if this is Roman's heel turn? Joining the Shield. Roman turns on them too.
Right, see,
But they're too loved to be. I don't know.
all right. So the big topic, we seen it happen.
I mean, just going and leading up to him and Cena.
yeah. I mean, Cena.
Vince hates face to face.
That's a hard one too because Cena is obviously a face, and then you ask Triple H, Roman Reigns is a face or a heel, depending on how you look at it. If you like to boo him, then he's a heel. If you like to cheer for him, then he's a babyface.
Yeah, but he's over. He's the number 2 merch seller.
He's over anytime he's standing against John Cena, though, too. So, the beach ball bullshit.
Loved it.
Yeah?
Cesaro? No, that was fucking.
Love Cesaro running out there and getting it.
Do you think that was a plant?
No, because Brooklyn did it last year.
Do you think he just took offense to the fact that his match was going on?
Yep, same thing on the next night on Raw. Finn got pissed off at the crowd too.
Coincidence that it was a red, white, and blue beach ball, and Sheamus and him are foreigners?
Yes, the coincidence.
You don't think this is WWE trying to push beach balls to?
No.
Did you hear John?
Not
Cena?
unless all of a sudden the shop zone sends me an email and says, "Hey, we got beach balls."
Now think of the merchandise sales that you can do. You just go to the nearest dollar store before a live event,
Right.
And just sell them for $5 to people in the audience. You just have a bunch of beach balls floating around.
Yeah.
John Cena went on the mic and promoted it.
Yeah.
Said that he loves the fact that people are getting involved and they're expressing themselves and having a good time. But me personally, I think it's disrespectful.
I do too.
But then again, if you want to spend your $400 to buy a ticket and bounce a beach ball around instead of watching a match,
Right?
just give me the $400. And
But the what? That's not just.
well, it's the smart fans now. They want. It's about getting over.
What? Sorry.
You didn't have to touch my leg, did you?
I did.
Shit, I lost my train of thought.
Sorry.
What was I saying?
$400.
the
Balls.
beach balls.
Yeah, I mean, give me the $400 and I'll just give you a beach ball.
Right.
Play at the park.
Yeah.
Now I heard they're banning the beach balls.
You can't really do that though, because like
Oh, they take signs away all the time.
right, but
They can
beach
kick
balls-
you out afterwards.
Beach
if
balls
they ban
is an inflatable. You blow it up real quick behind the scenes,
Yeah.
and throw it up in the air, and nobody knows where it came from.
They don't even let you. They don't even let the girls take purses in there anymore.
I don't know. We apologize for that. It doesn't affect any of that. Oh, it doesn't affect me.
Yeah, me neither.
Real quick,
my fanny pack.
what'd you think of the Alexa Bliss versus
Another
Sasha
good
Banks?
match.
Yeah, it was.
The women's matches on SummerSlam were really good.
Yeah.
I was kind of hoping that Alexa would keep it, but
Yeah, me too. Remember, because I don't like her.
oh, you don't like sausage, huh?
I'm starting.
Yeah, he does.
I'm starting to.
There's a
I'm
gig
starting
in
to
there.
like Sasha.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm starting to like her. I just don't think she's changed. She's grown since she was taking on Flair to now.
Yeah.
I see her as, being a a lot more solid.
I got $1 million question for you guys. With Bayley,
Wait, you got $1 million?
with Bayley getting injured and Sasha stepping in, was Bayley slotted to actually get the women's title, or was that a Hail Mary? Or
I think so.
do you think sausage? God damn it! So you think we're gonna get a planted feud between Sasha?
Yes.
Now I'm trying not to say
Sasha
sausage.
and Bayley, yes.
This is where Bayley turns heel.
Yes.
Is Bayley going to turn heel? Yeah, probably.
I mean, she's already getting the booze. Might as well embrace it, right?
Mm-hmm.
What was up with that? Those boos, yeah.
The one time people were actually going along with you, and now you kind of feel sorry for her. Don't
No,
you?
I don't feel sorry for her. No, I don't have a problem with her. I just think they're doing her wrong.
For those that are listening, go back to episodes 7, 8, 9, and 10. And
Yeah, they make her look weak. That's
11.
all I'm saying. Whether she can wrestle or not, she's not showcasing it that much on the main roster.
all right, so we talked about call-ups, but we kind of left out another one of your black booties, Shelton Benjamin.
Yep.
Talk about a horrible promo to have to be introduced into with Chad Gable.
Kind of corny.
It was very corny, and you can tell Chad Gable is not the speaker of the two, and we already know Jason Jordan can't speak. But for someone that's been on the indie scene for a while now, I thought he'd have more presence when Shelton Benjamin came in. And he kind of, he just reminds me of like a younger version of Holla Holla Holla, what's his name? Teddy Long?
Teddy Long?
That's racist.
It's very
What are you
racist.
saying? They all look alike?
I didn't go that far.
Oh, well, you're based. Yeah, we didn't say it, but that's what you meant.
You said it, so.
No, because some big.
Doesn't he kind of look like Vince Russo?
I just say it, yeah.
Okay.
And his Austin Aries t-shirt.
Yeah. So I was joking with Savvo.
Savvo.
Anything with an S,
It's
you
like a
can't say
robot.
tonight.
It's just funny because we have so many gimmick names and so many shoot names, and I don't know what name to actually call you guys. I call you Trip
Especially
Rogers.
you.
I call you the Cracker. I call him Savvo, Savez, Sava.
Savvo.
Yeah, Savvo.
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 All right, so with the new tag team forming with Chad Gable and Shelton Benjamin, if you had to come up with a tag team name that they might possibly use, what would you pick? Me personally, I pick American Omega. Sava didn't get it at first, and they said because they were originally American Alpha, now they're the Omega. So you got American.
Oh, okay.
I said
The Ayo. It's a new chant
Golden Alpha.
Golden Alpha.
because it's the
Yeah.
gold standard.
Yeah. Yeah.
What about you?
Team Angle.
Team Angle.
The way that interview went down was so stupid too, because the one
Nothing.
Gable goes in, talks to Brian, and all of a sudden the guy just appears out of nowhere. It was like kind of stupid, I thought.
All right, I got one for you. I was asking Salvo about this. I said his name right this time. Would you ever be opposed? You know how WWE has 4 main pay-per-views, and I go over it each time: Royal Rumble, WrestleMania, Survivor Series, SummerSlam. Not in that particular order. How about adding a 5th big card that spans over 2 days, a Saturday and a Sunday,
Ooh.
and make it? You can go cross-branded if you want, or just do Raw specific, SmackDown specific.
Yeah.
But have them intertwined, kind of like a Night of Champions. And instead of having a draft, the winner of whatever match gets to pick what show they want to be on, and you can get a shuffle up that way.
So only one person moves?
Yeah, of each match.
Oh, of each match.
But-
oh, okay.
but you have
okay.
this-
What if they all want to go from SmackDown to Raw?
It's all writing, so it's gonna be already predetermined anyway. But you can have stipulations in the match if you want. But just imagine instead of having a superstar
What happens to the
shake-up,
loser?
maybe they go to the opposing show.
Yeah.
That way, the roster doesn't get filled up too heavy on one side as opposed to the other.
Yeah. Could do that.
So
That'd be interesting.
I'm telling you, 2 pay-per-views Splash at the Beach.
I was just going to say, they could do it there and have the pool around it.
There you go.
The ring.
Splash at the Beach. I'm pushing it. Anything else you guys want to add?
They could even throw in if a loser is like 205 pounds. They make him go to 205 Live.
Yeah. Imagine, like I said in the previous episode, if you made everyone that was in that weight class go to that division. Nakamura doesn't fall in that because he's at 220. But you got like Bobby Finch.
Oh really?
Oh really?
he was debating. What is it again?
Michael Cole's son.
Yeah. I mean, you can start moving these people around.
Oh.
He was saying that he looks a lot like Shawn Michaels.
No. Drew McIntyre.
Drew McIntyre, sorry.
Oh yeah, just shorter.
Yeah.
I think he's like a mix between...
He's getting attacked.
But he wrestles like Shawn Michaels.
Does he?
I think he's like a mix between Drew McIntyre and Stevie Richards. You kind of... I gotta pull up
the hair.
I gotta pull up Vince Russo for you so you can see the I'm seeing Vince right now.
Yeah.
You fucked.
You don't know what he
WCW.
looks like?
No, I know who he looks like.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you fucked over WCW. Savvo.
It was you, huh? Damn it, Savvo.
But Ready to Rumble was coming out, so I had to
Love that movie.
put the title on.
Wrestling's not fake.
Put the title on.
Except for that
cat.
Except for the gym scene where John Cena's in it.
Yeah. Did you know he was in it? I mean,
Was
for
he?
a while now, or just the
Was
other
he
day?
really in it?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
It was on
When
like,
they're talking to
Facebook or
Goldberg, and Goldberg's bench pressing, you can see Cena getting on a machine, and he's got his prototype haircut.
something. Yeah.
That's horrible. I have to fast forward that second.
This AJ versus Owens match was way better than the last pay-per-view. What was the last pay-per-view?
Definitely.
There's so many of them.
Where do you see that going with him, Shane, Baron? After the events that happened on SmackDown, then you have
Well, SmackDown, they said this is the last matchup for you guys.
I was gonna say hopefully no.
for the title.
Right. Just for the title?
Yeah. He said as long as AJ holds his title,
Right.
it's your last chance for it.
Well, I don't think he's going to lose it anytime soon, but who knows?
Some kind of feud's going to happen with Shane. I just
Right.
don't know. I just don't know who yet.
He's going to get
Kevin
into
Owens.
some.
You think it's gonna be Kevin?
Yeah.
It's a big.
It's gonna be
push for him.
Baron, Kevin. I don't know.
I think Kevin over Baron, because Baron, all they had was a disagreement. You know, Owens is more like they made it seem like he's losing it. You know,
Yeah.
when he like stood at the top of the stage there, it's just like.
I mean, I guess if you put glasses on.
So yeah, I can see that.
Yeah. Savvo Russo.
Yeah.
I'm responsible for all the
The
attitude there.
You got a restraining order.
Isn't he Greek too?
I think he's Italian.
Italian.
Same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, they're very similar, sure.
Now who's racist?
Except for the language.
And
Right.
location on the map.
Right, but I mean, they have a lot.
Customs and,
They have a lot in common.
and everything else.
Everything else.
They're just hairy, I guess.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Okay.
Anything else you guys want to add before we wrap it up?
No, it was a good weekend of wrestling for me.
Yeah, it was.
I wish
Definitely.
we would have formatted the show a lot better, though.
No, we're fine.
But, it's me, STUBB. Why? Because I'm the man, the myth, the legend, the mighty minute himself, Stubby.
I am the cracker. I don't get hungry. I stay hungry.
And this is Savvo signing off. Thanks for listening.
On a side note, Savvo pointed out, he goes, you see the hype bros on TV and everything? He goes, is that where Roger got his gimmick? Or whatever?
Wow.
He goes, I thought he didn't like Mojo. I'm like, yeah, that's where he got the I don't get hype.
Well, I never paid attention to the,
Yeah,
when
that's
they
where
came out.
that's where it came from.
So if you had to pick to be locked in the room with someone for 24 hours, would it be Mojo Rawley or would it be John Cena?
John Cena.
Oh, you heard it here first. Without hesitation.
I'd take John Cena to dinner over fucking spending an hour with Mojo Rawley.
I'm cutting that soundbite.
I don't care. You can keep it all you want. Mojo fucking irritates the shit out of me.
No, I'm going to use it in the wrong terms.
Fine.
He kind of almost did a spear on SmackDown. That was like...
I fast forwarded it.
Speaking of spear, Johnny Gargano does one from the outside of the ropes
Through the middle? Yeah.
to the middle.
Yeah.
And it's a short distance, but he hits it pretty damn solid.
Yeah. Speaking of those two idiots, I thought for sure that Zach was going to turn on Mojo because he was wearing a different outfit. Because since they've been a tag team, they've been matching.
Right. I wasn't paying that much attention during that match.
Yeah. That's the only thing that caught my eye before I pushed fast forward.
if anyone's still listening to the show at this point, thank you for staying with us. If you did not, I would not be offended. I totally understand. But as always, wrestling is real. People are fake. Stubby out.
Later.
See you. Later.
What's my line?
He's got big black booty on the line.